In 911, we have a protocol for everything: hostages, heart attacks, burning buildings. We do not have a protocol for a haunted toilet. I've been a 911 dispatcher for 15 years. In 15 years, you see the whole spectrum of human existence through a headset. I've handled hostage situations where I could hear the guns being cocked. I've talked pilots through mid-air heart attacks at 30,000 feet. I've guided people through CPR on their own family members. I've handled burning buildings, 5-car pileups, and home invasions in progress. But I will never forget the night I had to deploy tactical advice for that haunted toilet. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. We call this the graveyard shift for a reason. And the reason is, it's where souls come to die, or at least wait for their shift to end. The only light in the whole dispatch center is the blue-white glow of our monitors. The rest of the world is asleep. I'm staring at my CAD. That's our computer-aided dispatch screen. It's this massive grid of the city, all the streets and neighborhoods. Little icons for patrol cars, little flags for open calls. Right now, at 3 a.m., it's just asleep. A digital ghost town. I'm nursing a cup of coffee. And I use the term coffee loosely. At this hour, it's not even coffee anymore. It's just hot, brown, and angry. This is the time you're always tense. You're just waiting. The silence on the graveyard shift is heavy. It's the calm before the storm feeling. But the storm might be a silent alarm, a domestic dispute that's gone sideways, or a multi-car accident on the freeway. You're waiting for that one call, the one that makes the ice in your veins turn to fire. You're ready for the worst of humanity. What you are not ready for is plumbing. The line beeps. That little electronic chirp that just shoots right through you. I hit the button. Headset on. 911. What is your emergency? The voice on the other end is a guy, and he's whispering. Not just quiet, but that high-pitched adrenaline dump whisper. The kind where you know their heart is hammering their ribs. I think there's someone in my house. They're in my bathroom. My heart rate instantly goes from 60 to 100. This is it. This is the big one. My fingers are already flying on the keyboard, pulling up his address based on the line info, getting ready to dispatch. I go straight into the script. We live by the script in these moments. Are you in a safe location, sir? Can you lock the door? Where are you? And he says, I'm in my bed. I've got the covers over my head, but it's singing. I just stop. My fingers freeze over the keyboard. Sir? I'm sorry, singing? I'm thinking, is this a code? Is the intruder making him say this? Is he having a stroke? My brain is flipping through a dozen protocols. And he says, my toilet, it won't stop. It's this high-pitched wail. It's been going for an hour. I think it's a ghost. Or maybe a signal. A signal. I looked across the console at my partner, Dylan. Dylan has been doing this even longer than me. He's got that, seen it all, look permanently etched on his face. I hit the mute button. My hand is covering my mouth. I say, Dylan, I've got a haunted toilet. He just didn't blink. He didn't look up from his screen. He just sipped his burnt coffee and raised one eyebrow like, yeah, it's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. Sounds about right. Here's the thing. You can't laugh. I wanted to. But this guy is in genuine mortal terror. You can hear it. When you're the only person someone can call, you are their lifeline, even if their emergency is ridiculous. This guy is convinced his porcelain throne is possessed, that he's in the first 5 minutes of a horror movie. So I have to treat it like a real investigation. Sir, I said, I need you to be brave for me. I need to understand what's happening. Can you get closer to the bathroom? I need to hear what you're hearing. Just hold the phone up to the door. He's whispering, okay, I'm going. I hear him shuffling, the phone rustling against his blankets. His breathing is shaky. Okay, I'm at the door. Can you hear it? And then I hear it. Faintly, over the line, a high-pitched, reedy whistling. It was a long, wailing sound. It sounds like a banshee, if the banshee was very, very small and trapped in a pipe. And I know that sound. My uncle is a plumber. I spent a whole miserable summer in high school helping him. I've heard that exact sound 100 times. It's the sound of a cheap, worn-out. Sir? I said, I have good news. That's not a ghost. He whispers, It's not? No, sir. That is your fill valve. Silence. Just dead air. For a second, I thought he'd hung up. I thought maybe the ghost got him. Sir? He says, My what? Your fill valve. Inside the toilet tank, the mechanism? The little floaty thing isn't sealing all the way. It's whistling as the water trickles in. It's just a bad gasket. There was a full 10-second pause. I could practically hear the gears turning in his head, his brain trying to reconcile demonic possession with faulty gasket. And finally, all the terror just deflates. Like a balloon. And he just says, Oh. I hear him sigh. The relief is palpable. He wasn't being haunted. He just needed a $5 part from the hardware store. He finally asks, So, you're not sending the police? I had to take a breath. No, sir. We don't dispatch armed officers for faulty plumbing. You are safe. Your house is not possessed. He was so embarrassed. He just started apologizing over and over. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to bother you. I didn't know. And I get it. I really do. When you're alone at 3 a.m. in the dark, and there's a sound you can't explain, your brain fills in the scariest blank. A whistling toilet can absolutely sound like the end of the world. But that's why I'm telling you this story. After 15 years on the line, here is the real insider tip. We are here for the worst day of your life. We are here for when you are in danger, when you are hurt, when your house is on fire, or when someone is trying to break in. We are not here for when your toilet sounds like a cheap flute. We are not equipped for exorcisms, mechanical or otherwise. So for the love of God, if your toilet is singing, call a plumber, not 911. We've got, actual fires to put out. My job is full of absurd moments. What's the weirdest thing you've heard at work?